the world of Red Dead Redemption 2 is one revered for its ominosity. The game's writers have masterfully crafted the meticulous world of RDR2 in such a way that leaves abundant room for us, the community, to make theories of our own. These theories could either be right in your face and be displayed throughout the whole game, while some are more obscure and harder to tell if they're credible or not. In today's video, I'll be breaking down the many theories of Red Dead Redemption 2 and seeing if they are factual or complete nonsense. So, without further ado, let's begin. Uncle is Red Harlow. This theory may seem believable at first, but the most noteworthy thing to consider is that their ages and background do not match up. Uncle's parents died when he was 9. Red Harlow's died when he was 14. Uncle was born sometime in 1849, while Red was born in 1851. That would make Uncle at least 50 in 1899 and Red around 48 in RDR2. Albeit a cool inside joke within the RDR2 community, don't take it seriously as this theory is fake. There is the possibility that Red Harlow is only a fairy tale, as he can completely stop time and he's talked about at campfire in RDR2. Trelawney is a strange man. The most ridiculous theory on this list is Josiah Trelawney being the strange man. The only similarity between them is the way they dress, top hat and tuxedo. That's where the similarities end. And this theory is horrible. On to the next. Bill is gay. The Bill is gay theory is usually used as sort of an inside joke in-game and in the RDR community. It's displayed throughout the entire game, such as the camp encounter with Bill and Kieran and his discharge letter. The gang members also joke about this, for example, Hosea saying this:
Jenny, too. She had some spark, that girl.
It must be pretty hard on Lenny. You could tell he was sweet on her.
Well, Lenny and Jenny could never have worked. That's like Arthur and Martha, or Bill and Phil.
And there are other instances of this, however, I think it's enough to prove Bill being gay.
Francis is a character that we encounter in the mission Geology for Beginners. He tasks us with finding 10 rock carvings, and upon completion, Francis Sinclair sends us a letter inviting us to his home. Once we arrive, something strange happens. We are introduced to Mrs. Sinclair, who is seen holding a baby. When Arthur or John ask the whereabouts of Mr. Sinclair, who they assume to be Francis, we are met with this.
My husband.
Yeah.
He's dead. He's been dead since just before Francis was born 1 year ago.
Francis Sinclair is actually the baby who Mrs. Sinclair is carrying in her arms. It's been a theory for years now, ever since the game's release, that Francis Sinclair is a time traveler. And because of his peculiar birthmark, he may be a descendant of Kraf, the god of the Kiflom religion, and maybe even Kraf himself.
Abigail is the second rat theory. There's a popular theory within the RDR community that there is a second rat. We already know Micah is a rat, and people are theorizing that the second rat could be Abigail, as she got away when Hosea was caught during the bank robbery in Saint Denis. They probably let her go because they knew she wasn't an actual criminal, and she wasn't important enough to Dutch. If you think about it, it makes sense that they got Hosea because he was important to Dutch. Even when they kidnapped Abigail, she was only bait to catch John or Arthur and anyone else who might come. Also, if she was the rat, they wouldn't have kidnapped her at the end of the game. Dutch is a cannibal. This is a theory by Junior.RDR2, and it's already been covered by Fizzy. This theory is a bit of a controversial one. The only evidence we really have for this being true is that the bones in Dutch's base resemble human femurs, and there's a piece of meat on his table that he was eating. I think this theory was a subtle nod by Rockstar showcasing how far Dutch had declined in his mental health.
The Cain theory.
Hello, John.
No one really knows who or what the strange man is, this being one of the most prominent. In the book of Genesis, it tells the story of two brothers named Cain and Abel. Cain becomes jealous of Abel because he feels Abel is God's favorite and is constantly rewarding him. In response to this, Cain murders Abel out of rage, and God exiles him, forcing him to roam the earth forever, with the inability to be killed. This would explain why John's gunshots phase through the strange man in his last encounter with him. God also tells Cain that if anyone tries to kill him, they will receive the punishment he got sevenfold. And only a few missions after the strange man's last encounter, John is shot over 10 times by Edgar Ross and the army.
Jack wasn't John's son. Abigail joined the gang in 1894 as a prostitute and slept with most of the gang members. In 1895, she got pregnant with Jack, and John Marston took responsibility as a father. He obviously had slept with Abigail. But since Abigail was a bit of public property, it's possible that Jack was a group project and John is in fact not the father. It's alluded throughout the game that she had relations with Dutch, Javier, Bill, and possibly even Arthur. It's in 1914 where we can finally see Jack all grown up, but he has strange facial features that don't exactly match up with John. The mustache specifically looks like Javier's or Dutch's. This along with this piece of dialogue.
I have to say, you don't look much like a Marston.
If you don't have anything good to say, don't say it.
Hints at the fact that John isn't the true father of Jack. Either way, John raised him and the story doesn't change because of it. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments below what your favorite Reddit theory is and if you think they are true or not. If you do want to see more Reddit videos by me, make sure to like and subscribe. But until next time, St. Doomers, that's Doomsday, signing off.